January 15th, 2024. Well, it's go time in the skies. We've had this murky Neptunian energy, and it is finally clearing off as we go forward into mid-January and beyond. What a week this is. Actually, what a week last week was, huh? Right? I mean, that Mercury-Neptune business, I cannot tell you how many really all week long. It just seemed like one big Mercury retrograde, and it's my experience, but it's other people's experience as well. That Neptune did not let go easily, I suppose we could say. But coming up to this week, we actually start the week with it's a big week. I mean, we have the Sun conjunct Pluto, both go into Aquarius. There's a lot of stuff happening, but we start the week with the Sun in Capricorn sextile to Neptune. You say, well, oh boy, here we are. Like it's Monday, and we're going to continue to have this Neptunian energy a little bit, yeah. But I think that it's not going to be quite so Neptunian as in that kind of difficult way, as it is a little bit more of reckoning with Neptunian energy, reckoning with some of the flexibilities of truth and so on. The Sun in Capricorn is pretty determined to keep things moving in a positive direction. I think that sextile to Neptune, maybe over the course of the last couple of months, maybe some ideas and fantasies and dreams and stuff that have been coming up for you you might actually find a way to ground some of them in some form or another. The reality is often not quite what the original vision was, but maybe you can pull something out of it, something that's been going on since late November or so. You think, wow, I should do that. It could be a fairly small thing, it could be a big thing, but we are definitely moving forward. We have Jupiter direct, we have Mars in Capricorn, we have Mercury's in Capricorn as well. And generally speaking, we're moving forward. If you got to get something done, it might as well be now. On the 16th, Venus will square Juno. Now, remember last week we had some what I call good relationship mojo. If you had to say something, if there was something that is needed to be said, but with the Sun and Juno and Pallas Athene all kind of aspecting each other as Juno stationed, a little bit of an opportunity to kind of put stuff together in the area of relationship or socializing, even just socializing and connecting with others. And now we have Venus square to Juno. Now Venus is in Sagittarius, where she wants to go have fun, and Juno is essentially stationed, just sort of stopped in Virgo. She doesn't necessarily want to have that much fun. And so this is the kind of energy that I would say, it's kind of end of the weekend, Monday, Tuesday kind of thing, where it feels a little bit like, part of the thing is going out and having fun and whatever, and part of it is less going out and having fun type of thing. A little bit of a tension there. For some folks who are in the midst of a bit of a relationship stress, let's call it a tipping point, it could be, how are we defining our relationship? What is this about? Is this for fun, or is this for some sort of, or is Virgo, or is this for healthful purposes? Is this a hygienic relationship, or is this just fun? Something along those lines. Venus goes on to square Neptune, and that kind of says, let's have fun. If it's the answer to the question might be let's have fun, because Neptune over in Pisces is generating, multiple possibilities, and Venus in Sagittarius is ready to listen. And so it seems a little bit more like that is a go out, have fun, just, do what you will. That is we're looking towards, that's more like a Thursday, Friday kind of thing. So you might have a little tension early in the week, and then it feels like later in the week, it feels to me a little bit like a, just, well, let's enjoy ourselves kind of vibe. We have Mercury is busy this week. He is, because he is in Capricorn, the connections then come to, yeah, I'm looking over to the side. He's going to sextile Saturn and he's going to trine Jupiter. Generally speaking, I would say this is just good for communication, very good for work stuff. This is very good like work if you need any project that needs to get done, whether it's work or anything else. There's, communication, commerce, transportation, travel, all of this stuff ought to be, on a little bit better footing now than in the past. So, and again, because Mercury pulling out of the shadow of his retrograde, if there were problems that showed up since right around late December, finally they could maybe get ironed out right now. So if you've been sitting on something that's been kind of stalled, again, things are likely to just sort of move forward with this. So that's a good thing. I don't know if it's happening on the recording, but I seem to be changing color between red and gray uh, on my screen right now, and there's nothing to do with the astrology of it or anything like that. Then on Saturday, and I would look to this for Friday. We have Friday and Saturday, but it's exact on Saturday. The Sun conjuncts Pluto. The Sun has his annual meeting with Pluto, and it is at 29 degrees and 59 minutes of Capricorn. It's at the very last minute of Capricorn. This is right at the very, very end of the Capricorn. If ever there was a signal for Pluto saying, this is what you get from my stay in Capricorn, which began in 2007 or 8. This is, here you go. This is what you get. The Sun lighting up, we would say sometimes triggering Pluto at the very last degree of Capricorn. Keep your eyes on the news for what happens at the end of the week in terms of government and structure, business, finance, but I'm stretching a little bit there. Look and see what happens, because that is a big signal. Pluto's going to go back into Capricorn, and I'm going to tell you a very similar story in the fall, but but this is really the last time of Pluto and the Sun meeting in Capricorn, right? This is the denouement. This is the end result of the trip through Capricorn. So keep your eyes on the news this week, particularly towards the end. Look for some signal event, right? An event that signals what it's all about. And then you know what? The Sun moves into Aquarius and Pluto moves into Aquarius. It's all the 20th. This is all happening on the same day. They both move into Aquarius. And with the two of them there, the Sun there to herald and announce Pluto, and the Sun is not really, the Sun is the Sun, it's not just heralding things, but the Sun lighting the way, let's say, for Pluto in Capricorn, Aquarius. I'm used to saying Pluto in Capricorn. Give me a break. The Sun lighting the way for Pluto in Aquarius. Wow. This is, again, you want to know what Pluto in Aquarius is about. Keep an eye on Saturday, Sunday, and for some time to come. But I think that we'll really get a good sense of both Pluto in Capricorn and Pluto in Aquarius, and we're going to get it this week. As I said, keep your eyes out for what I would call flagship events. They're not necessarily the ultimate most dramatic events. I want to follow this up with a Pluto back into Aquarius video, but that's going to come out, I think, early next week, sometime around the 23rd or 24th or something like that, because I want to actually see what happens and pick out the stuff for, rather than just talking about what's going to happen. I have some ideas, but, we'll save it for next time.